Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. This is John Prenay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Reminder for you, if you want to go to the Annapolis Homeowners Expo this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, get tickets at thehomeownersexpo.com and use the code I, all caps, that's EYE, and you're going to get a pair of tickets on us. And I have a secret. I know who's headlining Bands in the Sand this year. The date is June 10th, but you're going to have to wait a few days to find out who it is. We are the only ones to break that news once again, so you want to look for a podcast with the CBF on the 28th of this month. All right, we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? The Anne Arundel County Police are investigating what may be the county's third homicide of the year. Just after 2:30 p.m. yesterday, they were called to the unit block of Park Place in Brooklyn Park for a shooting. The male victim was found in the basement of a single-family home with a gunshot wound to the head. He was sent to shock trauma with life-threatening conditions. Police did detain another resident of the home and are calling him a suspect in the shooting. Now, the home is rented, and the owners live in another home just around the corner. We're going to update the story a little bit later when we know a little bit more. Another story that we don't know a whole lot about, but a pedestrian was struck and killed by a train last night just before 10 p.m. It was along the Amtrak MARC line just south of Route 100, south of the BWI rail station in Hanover. We'll have more information on that a bit later this morning. The Capitol is reporting that a 21-year-old Annapolis man was sentenced to 5 years of supervised probation for the shooting of a 15-year-old teen in the Eastport terrace community back in April of 2022. Initially, he was charged with attempted murder, but took a plea bargain resulting in that 5-year probation sentence. He was held for 10 months in jail on a no-bond status, so he did also serve that 10 months. Now, without knowing all the specifics of this seems like pretty much a slap on the wrist for an attempted murder charge. The Naval Academy is changing things up again. The Herndon Climb usually takes place the week of graduation, but this year it is moving up to the week before to coincide with the end of sea trials. Now, Herndon was always considered the end of plebe year, but the reality was that as soon as sea trials ended, the plebes were done. Herndon was more for show and bragging rights. Well, now it will happen at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, the 17th of May, right after sea trials end, so it will now truly be the end of their plebe year. The climb does need to be witnessed at least once. It's open to the public, it is free, and it can take anywhere from a few seconds for an ungreased monument to more than 4 hours. I usually plan on about 2.5 to 3 hours. But if you've not seen it, please do. It starts at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, May 17th. This looks like an interesting panel at Maryland Hall on March 7th. This is part of their Healing Conversation series, and it's going to be a panel of authors who are going to discuss the power of the written word. If you have a novel maybe in your brain trying to get out, this will be for you. Tickets are only $15, and the panel gets underway at 7 p.m. in the Bowen Theater. You can get your tickets at marylandhall.org. And as we start to wrap it up, I saw a panel last night about heart health, and one of the key contributors to heart disease is smoking. And that got me thinking, the Anne Arundel County Health Department has a program, a free program, that's going to help you quit smoking or vaping. Did you know that lung cancer is the leading cancer killer in Anne Arundel County? If you want to quit, or maybe you're struggling with some of your New Year's resolutions, you want to head to aahealth.org/myquitkit. Pretty easy. And you can download it, you can register for classes, you can have them mail it to you, and you can access all sorts of information. Again, aahealth.org/myquitkit. Annapolis Restaurant Week starts this weekend. Do check out AnnapolisRestaurantWeek.com for the participating restaurants, their menus. And a bonus for you, the Downtown Annapolis Partnership gave me a bunch of gift cards to give away, and I'm down to my final two, O'Brien's and the Melting Pot. And more likely than not, they're going to be given away via scavenger hunt on our All Annapolis Facebook page. So there's your heads up. But do get out and partake of some of the new places in town and some of your old favorites. All right, that's all I've got news-wise. Podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. Dr. Dawn Lindsay, Anne Arundel County Community College's president. And next week, I think it is going to be the Chesapeake Cycling Club, or C3 as they are called. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, the Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Alpha Engineering. So now you need to hang tight because we have George Young from DCMDVA Weather with the only locally forecast weather report you will find. And of course, Trevor is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minute. All that coming up in just a bit.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, February 23rd. Yesterday was the first blah weather day of the week across the Annapolis region, but today will be the exact opposite, ahead of a couple of colder days Friday and Saturday. Look for plenty of sunshine today, with highs in the mid to upper 70s, some 25 to 30 plus degrees above the average for late February, with breezy winds also out of the south, gusting over 20 miles per hour at times, before much cooler air moves in tomorrow, with breezy highs only in the low to mid 50s, before a cold and raw day Saturday, with highs near 40 degrees, with a chance for some rain, possibly mixing with a little sleet or snow for a bit, before skies clear Sunday with highs right back up into the mid-50s to maybe lower 60s in spots. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. Don't forget, follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, and definitely be sure to download the DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Knits and Pieces of Abesgate Road, this week on Saturday, check out their Cocoa Knit Sweater Workshop, and registration is open for their Learn to Knit Socks Toe Up workshop in March. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing strawberry parfaits, with one session at 11 a.m. and another one at 1 p.m. Then on Tuesday, their Half Pint Kids Club is doing English muffin pizzas at Local by Design's shop off at Chickabin Round Road. Check out their Annapolis Artisans Market, both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. It's a great chance to check out their shop, meet some local artists, and find some great things to buy. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight their first exposure beginner photography class continues, and Sunday there's another vibe, flow, and chill yoga. Starting this week with their kids' winter semester, on Monday there's their intro to short story writing for ages 12 through 16, and continuing this week, Saturday there's experimental art for ages 9 through 12, as well as Kids Art School for ages 6 through 8. Monday is their Kids Art School evening session. Tuesday is cartooning for ages 9 through 12, as well as digital illustration for ages 13 through 17. Then on Wednesday, there's their Junior Kids Art School for ages 9 through 12. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today in Deal, check out their Black History Month art reception. And in Linthicum, check out their Build and Play with Lego. Saturday at Maryland City, there's the Combat Robotics with Macro, the Maryland Area Combat Robotics Group. And then on Wednesday, Bush Annapolis has Makerspace open hours. Edgewater has Skeins and Stitches. Deal is doing Craft Connections with Collage. Glen Burnie has their STEAM Club. And Odenton has Women in STEM Storytime. At the Patuxent Lapidary Guild this week, on Saturday, they're showing you how to set a cabochon into a pendant. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, Tuesday, check our monthly general meeting, where you can check out the shop and meet some of our members. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.